Hi, this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Saturday. This is Devils After Dark, coming to you live from the Primetime Radio studios inside the bunker in an undisclosed location in beautiful New Jersey. And at the highest point from the big mountaintop view is Short Sky, filling in for Scotty at SiriusXM Liquid Metal as he is leaving his Beverly Hills posh estates to come over to New Jersey for the big outdoor game. He's en route. He is boarding right now at LAX. So we're streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network. I'm your host, Sam Wu. Devils lose 1-0 in overtime against the Carolina Hurricanes. Just a pain in the butt. Lots to go over about this game, Shorts.
Yep.
How are you?
Well, I'm doing good. I was yelling at the TV at the end. I was rewinding, looking at the overtime and yelling at the TV over and over again. And damn.
It sucked. But we will do the game recap. I'm not as good as Scotty. So everybody, bear with me.
Here it comes, Sam.
Yeah.
It's your moment. It's your moment.
But before we begin, I just want to say Happy Chinese New Year's to all that celebrate. Gong Hei Fa Choi. And also there will be Rangers Suck fortune cookies to be served at our tailgate at the outdoor game. JoinOurCrew.com. Yes, JoinOurCrew.com. I will be giving away gourmet Ranger Suck fortune cookies. That was the leftover from that January 6th Asian American night, at the arena. So,
Sam, I gotta tell the viewers and the listeners. I still remember that one Memorial Day party that we had at my parents' house, and you just came walking up our driveway wearing that hat.
Really? I don't remember.
Oh yeah, no, you wore
the
that
rice
hat
patty
to my
hat.
parents' house.
Oh,
yes, you wore that hat to my parents' house.
Yeah.
I don't think it was 2012, the day that we called all of the bars around MSG asking when Game 7 was. But I do know. I want to say no. I want to say that was the one party that H&G was at, and he basically told my dad to go to bed.
But anyway, I could have taken the holiday off. Scotty's en route. We could have just bagged this podcast, but of course we can't do that.
Nope.
But joinourcrew.com for our big tailgate. Premier tailgating, exceptional, is what Nick Villano says as he was editing that email blast that went to everybody's spam folders and the promotional folders if you have a Gmail account. But anyway, let's go to the Unhappy Devils recap. Devils, Carolina, again, Metropolitan Division showdown at PNC Bank Arena. Devils coming off that loss against the Calgary Flames. And who steps out? Who steps out on the ice first during warm-ups for your New Jersey Devils? Yes, Vitek Vanacek. I've been a big supporter of his. I will double, triple, quadruple down, but it doesn't matter. It's Vitek time as the Devils will take on, again, a very, very solid and good Carolina Hurricanes team. In the first period, get things started as teams match up early on. Lots of Devils fans talking about where is Timo, like finding Timo, finding Nemo. Give me fuel, give me fire. Some fans saying give Timo Meier a buyout. But that has to stop because in the first minute of the first period, Timo Meier drew a tripping penalty to give the Devils the first power play of the game. Power play looking not too bad. I know, during this game, the power play is 0 for what? For the game, 0 for 18. Doesn't matter. Nothing happened. And it's still a 0-0 tie. Then that Timo Meier getting a little aggressive, gets a 2-minute minor interference against Michael Bunting of the Carolina Hurricanes. 4-14 of the first period. But the Devils' penalty kill against the number 2, 28% success rate Carolina Hurricanes. They killed off the penalty. And it was just an evenly matched game throughout the first period and end 0-0. But the Devils get a power play early in the second period. Jesper Bratt tripped up. Devils on the power play. Carolina kills it off. Still remains 0-0. Second period was a good period for the New Jersey Devils. They've struggled mightily in the second period in the past few games, but again, there was some 4-on-4 action, but again, in the second period, still 0-0. Going into the third period, it's tied up. Vitek Vanacek's looking pretty good. Isn't he looking pretty good? Doing his job. It's amazing what, we'll go over this a little bit later with Short Sky about Vitek Vanacek needing to get some help. Defense playing much better in this game. It's amazing what happens when you take the body instead of just, poke checking, like taking a bunch of twigs. Devils getting physical. And obviously causing a lot of havoc on the Carolina Hurricanes as they turned over the puck quite a bit. But in the third period, as I'm trying to get my app going, Andre Palat did get a high sticking. I mean, it was obvious, unfortunate but obvious. He tried to argue it midway in the third period. Again, the Devils shutting down the Carolina Hurricanes. And this is a powerful, potent power play. And then John Marino drawing a roughing the passer penalty. No, I'm kidding. He got high sticked in the face. They checked for blood. Only got 2 minutes. Still, Devils won't be able to score. And then the third period ends 0-0. And then in overtime. Very eventful. All about puck possession, strategizing, just trying to get the right matchups. But towards the end there, the Devils had a couple of flurry of shots at Toffoli and Hughes putting the pressure. But in the end, a very unlucky bounce rebound. Sebastian Aho puts it in for the Carolina Hurricanes. And Devils lose 1-0 in overtime. But, hey, they get the point. The point matters. Some of the game stats, shots on goal, Devils 34, Carolina 32, just one under the reigning pucks is what Scotty would say. Face-offs, Carolina had the edge 55 to 45%. Power play, Devils 0 for 4, but held the Carolina Hurricanes 0 for 2. Penalty minutes, Carolina had 10 versus Devils 6. Devils matching the Hurricanes in hits, 28 to 26 in favor of Hurricanes, but block shots, 24 to 15 in favor of the New Jersey Devils. And obviously the giveaways, Carolina had 31. I believe New Jersey had about 18. I don't have the stat here in front of me. Shots on goal, 10 apiece in the first period. Second period, Devils had the edge, 13-11. Again, third period even, and same with overtime. Devils had, again, 34 shots to Carolina's 32. Bring back Shorts Guy onto the screen, and just want to hear what you think in the YouTube Live, Facebook Live, X Live, and Twitch. Shorts Guy, you got to turn down your radio.
Just did. Just did. I know what I've done this before. I was while you were pontificating about the Devils' loss tonight. I was watching a post about the Devils and Calgary potential trade for Markstrom, which appears to be all but dead. So that's what I was watching. Get a little bit more insight, but
tell me more.
Well, apparently they couldn't make a package work that would bring Markstrom here from Calgary. So it would appear that there were conversations, but it was nothing that was going to be potential. That was from Elliot Freeman as of tonight. Yeah, tonight's Saturday. Yeah. So
wow,
looks like that possibility is dead.
Well, I thought Vitek Vanacek played pretty good tonight. Where are all the Vitek haters now?
I was thinking that as I was watching that game, where he catches a lot of crap for that Calgary game, of which you got to assume, like we spoke in Game Day Live, that Markstrom was potentially maybe playing as a tryout game for to be brought to the New Jersey Devils, but then in the end tonight, Vitek makes 30 saves in regulation, and misses one in overtime on, as far as I'm concerned. And I hate to do this, Sam, and this is probably not going to get me points with the fans. This is probably not going to get me points with our listeners or our viewers. That goal against, while I'll give Aho credit, was remarkable hand-eye coordination to get that rebound. Nico stopped skating with him, which allowed him to get into the slot area and to be able to even have that opportunity.
You got to box him out and knock him on his ass. I mean, it's 3-on-3. I get
Ken
it.
Danico said that. Ken Danico said that tonight. It was the second period. It was in the second period, and I think it was on one of the Carolina power plays. It was a scrum to Vitek's glove side. There were two Carolina players there, two Devils players there, and you hear Danico, and I don't think he meant to say it. I think it's just him being that defensive nature person he is. Knock someone down. And that's what the Devils need to start doing.
It's the NFZ. I poke fun of it, the no fun zone, but you got to clear out the crease. I mean, now the Devils did play physically, like they played pretty physical game for the most part. Timo Meier. I love that line of Lazard, Timo Meier. I believe it was a Mercer. on that line.
Yeah, it's a gritty line. That's a gritty
Timo
line.
Meyer needs to be on a gritty line. Don't put Timo Meyer with Jack Hughes and all that, unless it's a power play situation. Because Timo Meyer, you put him on a line with Mercer and Lazar, they're going to create room for Timo Meyer, who's a big boy. And you want to crash the net. And these guys tonight, this is probably the best hockey we've seen since the playoffs.
It was a complete 60-minute game.
Yeah.
One of the absolute few that they've put together this season. A complete 60-minute game.
And, and that's how they responded after what happened against the Calgary Flames.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I know fans are going to say, but they lost 1-0. The Devils got shut out, but you know what? The Carolina. I'm getting mixed up with the Whalers and Hurricanes right now.
You can say Whalers. You can say Whalers because I got to give Carolina credit. The music in the background tonight was phenomenal. They did such a good job.
Should we play that kind of music at our tailgate from my 2006 iPod?
We should slide some of that in there because that would be fantastic.
I think we should.
So good.
I think we should. I'll have my 2006 iPod ready. What we used to play in the parking lot.
Is the 2006 one with the click wheel?
It was actually I had a cheap iPod. What was the smallest one? Oh,
the Nano?
Not the Nano. It was the Shuffle.
That's real cool.
Yeah, that was my first iPod. It was like an iPod Shuffle, and my aunt gave it to me, and I'm like, oh, an iPod. What's this? And I was like, that's where I used to play music in the parking lot with that iPod Shuffle. The thing is, there was no screen or anything, so you didn't know what song was going to come on when you put on the
random.
Shuffle. Yeah,
it was random.
Yeah, a lot of it was Poison and Metallica and Tone Loc.
Well, we're gonna have a good time. Hey, Sam, how do you find out information about the tailgate coming up?
Well, if you check your spam folder, joinourcrew.com. Yes, joinourcrew.com. You could scan the QR code as well, and you'll find out information about M2, which is where we're parking near the Meadowlands racetrack. M2, M is in Marty. And, and then also we're going to have the Hey Crew Brew. Is what Vinny would say.
Yep.
Hey Crew Brew. Ariel says Sam doesn't seem too disappointed. Lots of joking. They don't seem to upset. Happy with the mediocrity, maybe? No, Ariel. No, because I thought their play was actually pretty good tonight. It was actually a very exciting 1-0 game. I was looking more defensively. I thought, of course you're going to make mistakes, but they recovered. A lot of back checking. Palat had some pretty good back checks there. A lot of support. If the defenseman got caught, somebody was back. Also, did you notice that the positioning was much, much better, that they weren't all bunched in the corner without the puck tonight?
Yeah. No, I thought the first three, the 3 periods of the actual regulation game were really well played. We couldn't score. That was a pretty glaring obvious, but Kochekov, I think his name is. I want to say Kuznetsov, but Kochekov played very well. And what you're seeing, Carolina is hard to score against because they have such good defensive positioning. There was a one save on Eric Halla where he spun around and just chipped the puck towards the net. It went off of his pads, and then he kind of snagged it out of the air because it popped straight up. So it looked like a much more dramatic save than it was, because when it pops up like that, you go and grab it. It's really, it's kind of an easy grab at that point. But the key thing there is Carolina's defensive play, which is so much better than the Devils, and they're a very hard team to score against. And they're also, we had the most shots against, I think, that they've allowed all season, because they were averaging like 25 shots against, and we had 34. So, they're a very good, solid defensive team, and that's the type of game that we need to play against. Against a team that is better than us in Carolina, who is ahead of us in the standings. I'm disappointed in the loss. I'm not disappointed that the Devils put a solid 60-minute game together. I'm upset that it's taken till February to finally do that. So there's pluses and minuses to this game. So, yeah, there's joking around because that's what we do, because we have a good time. But, at the end of the day, the Devils played a good, solid game. They got it was one mistake at the end of the game which allowed Carolina to win. And that's really what it comes down to. And I'll say this. They showed Vitek coming off the ice, and the look on his eyes, I recognize that feeling, to where you're just going through your head like, I did every possible thing I could do, and I still couldn't get a win. Like, I know that feeling all too well. Like, I've done everything. I made all the big saves. I did everything for my team, and I just couldn't get that one at the end. And it's a crappy feeling. It is an absolute crappy feeling to lose on a goal like that, because there's nothing you can do. That's a good play by Aho. That's good hand-eye coordination. You got to give Aho that credit. That was poor defensive marking by Nico. But you look at Vitek, and it's like he had that look, and I totally get it. That, like, what else can I do? What the hell else can I do to get a win for this team? There's no goal support there for him. So that to me is an issue. Especially because Carolina if we make the playoffs, Carolina, we potentially have to go through them to get out of the, to get to a conference or a cup final potentially.
Yeah.
So you got to solve that.
The teams they were evenly matched throughout the game. I mean, look, in the playoffs, chances are you're not going to go 3-on-3. There was a lot of room out there. On that 3-on-3, but credit Carolina to shut out the New Jersey Devils is not an easy feat.
No.
So it's not like the Devils didn't get any chance. They put 34 shots on net.
They had chances,
high quality too.
They had chances, but the big thing is they had chances, but they didn't have second or third chances, because Carolina's defensive structure is such that they don't allow those second and third chances.
And they're veterans, too.
They're veterans. They're big. I don't know if you noticed in that first shift in the overtime, when I was looking at the 6 guys in the ice, the size difference between us and Carolina was massive.
Yeah.
Just massive. And I know Brent Burns looks like a giant compared to Jack. I get it. Because Brent Burns is huge. But still, like, the size, just the physical size of the Carolina players versus the Devils players in that first shift in overtime specifically was pretty incredible. But like I said, when the Devils are getting these chances, but the defensive structure of Carolina is such that there isn't a rebound opportunity, and when there is a rebound, the defense is covering or they're clearing it out. I was very happy to see that there was, I think it was the first period. I'm pretty sure it was the first period. There was a defensive play like the one goal that Vitek gave up against Calgary the other night that squibbed through him, and Calgary scored. I think that was their second goal of the game on what was it, Thursday night? Thursday night, yeah, because I had hockey that night. And John Marino was right on it. He was right on it this time. Like, there was no hesitation. And he was right there to prevent that goal from going in, because those pucks get through occasionally, and it happens.
I don't know why a lot of fans blamed Vitek on that one, because Hataka did not tie up his guy.
No,
Hataka did not tie up his guy. So and he actually stood there, and watched it.
the problem with that goal specifically, and I know we're talking about it, the game the other day, but all the players stopped playing before the whistle. You have to play to the whistle. You play all the way through to the whistle. They stopped because they thought VTech had it, and they didn't play to the whistle. Tonight they played all the way to and through the whistle at times, and they played very aggressively, and they did well. So I'm happy with that. It's an improvement to the Calgary game, that's for sure. It's still a loss, and a loss is a loss. I mean, we got a point. But again, I keep saying it on Game Day Live, we're going to rue these games that we're letting points get away, where we have games at hand. Eventually, we're not, and we're going to be screwed.
At least this wasn't against like Columbus. This was a hard-fought game against a rival inside the division, and I understand that every point is valuable, but you have to how the Devils responded after what happened against Calgary. And I because I thought they were going to come out flat. I thought the worst. And they didn't. It was a totally different team tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, agreed. And they could have come out flat, and they didn't. But again, we needed these points. It's eventually going to get to the point where we need to get these points. And we're going to run out of time. We're going to run out of time, and we're going to run out of games. Looking at the schedule coming up, it's going to get tight, and we're just going to run out of time if they don't start getting wins. Yeah, I'm happy it's a better game, and I'm annoyed that we lost on another defensive mistake.
Yeah.
That's another, and I love Nico Hischier. He should have stayed with his man. For some reason, they're giving up on those saves, and they're not playing to the whistle. Like, that was the one. I think that was maybe one of the few plays they didn't play to the whistle tonight. Yeah. But he let Aho get behind him, and Aho had that opportunity. And someone like Aho, if he has that type of chance, he's going to take it, and he's going to probably do pretty damn well with it every single time. If not,
the sad thing is he batted out of the air.
Mm-hmm.
Right, he batted out of the air, and he shouldn't have. Like, if you play Nico good
stopped
defense,
skating. Nico stopped skating. That's what it was.
You got to tie up their stick, or be disruptive.
Stay with him.
He had a clean. He was in the clear.
It's because Nico stopped skating. He stopped skating. VTech made the save. Nico stopped skating, was probably already thinking, okay, how are we going to corral this, turn it around, and put a breakout together. He let Aho get ahead of him. The opportunity was there. Was that a bad rebound? Yeah, you could potentially say that was a bad rebound because Aho was able to get it, and it was. But again, why does Aho have that opportunity? Why is there nobody on Aho to prevent that opportunity from happening? Yeah. That's what annoys me, and that's, as a card-carrying member of the goalie union, those are the types of plays like you look at the players in front of you like, what the hell else can I do for you? Like, you're just gonna let him come in and do that? Like, what are you doing about that player?
Yeah. I was surprised that Lindy put out Vanacek tonight, but Vanacek rewarded Lindy on that move, and he did play well against Carolina. The last time he played Carolina, I believe he subbed for Nico Dawes, if you remember. Was it that game?
I think he came in. Yeah, I think he came in late, and he did well. Yeah, you're right. He did well.
He didn't give up a goal in that game.
He's a good goalie. I mean, he makes mistakes, I will say, and he's an aggressive goalie. He's an aggressive goalie who grew up watching Dominik Hasek, who was an erratic goalie, so he's an erratic goalie. And when your team has subpar defense, and I heard this the other night on the radio going to hockey, VTech's trying to do more than he probably needs to because his defense is not strong in front of him.
And he's got top 3 hit of the year.
He does have top.
I guess
that was a hell of a hit. That was a hell of a hit.
So that tells you that the Devils need to step up their game in that hit department.
And not for nothing on that damn hit against Kadri. Holy crap! That he didn't. Vitek didn't move. He was a wall. Yeah. Kadri stopped, and the Devils pretty much got. Anyway, that was the last game. This is this game, but there's this is not on Vitek tonight, and he did everything he had to do. He did everything he had to do except make that 30-second save. It's that 30-second shot that went in, and it just happened to be the difference. And if this is a playoff game, we're looking at like, this could have gone either way. We'll get him tomorrow. Blah 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 blah. This is the loss of a point, and this is the loss of 3 points if you want to look at it like that, because this is a 4-point game against Carolina. This could have been big for the divisional standings in the wild card. Like, we have to start looking at that now. Like, we're gonna drive ourselves scoreboard watching and standings watching for the rest of the season at this point.
Yeah, and they need points, the Devils, and
they do.
And next week, you've got a heck of a week. You've got Seattle Kraken on Monday at home at the Rock. Scotty will be there, and then
he will.
And then Tuesday, second half of a back-to-back in Nashville.
Oh, the lovely back-to-backs.
Yeah.
We love them.
Then Thursday, you got the LA Kings coming in town,
which will feature myself and Vinny Parisi and you.
Yes.
I believe.
And
live
Scotty.
At that game. And Scotty.
Yeah.
Holy crap. What a mix of people that's going to be.
Yeah. The Game Day Live, we can officially say it. The Game Day Live and the Devils After Dark crew will be at American Whiskey February 15th. And we just realized that now as we're talking on air.
Yes,
Lets you know how we schedule things. And then the outdoor game. JoinOurCrew.com. The big tailgate. I send you that sketch of what our stage is going to look like. What do you think?
I think our stage is going to look great with what we're going to have in the background. It's going to look great for the viewers at home, but it's going to be even better for the people that are there live and in person, because it's going to be a ton of fun.
I hope we get that spot, because I want MetLife Stadium and the arena in the background.
Sam, I was kind of hoping people would find out the day of.
Oh. I was hoping that they could see the charcoal grill and the Meadowlands racetrack in the background. No one's listening.
It reminds me, my brother in college, they had cats in the house. They used to put one of the cats in a bag, and he used to run into his roommate's room and go, "Who let the cat out of the bag?" and dump the cat out of the bag. You just let the cat out of the bag, Sam.
Okay. Well, I'll have to put my thinking cap on this one. I was reading Reddit this morning, and one of the
which could be dangerous.
Yeah, it's like which is the best Devils podcast, right? And then I'm reading like all the criticisms, and a lot of people think I'm drunk because we do it at American Whiskey. They just assume I'm drunk.
I've not seen you drunk in forever, Sam.
It's people don't realize like what we put a professional podcast up. Everything's live. You can't be drunk doing this podcast. You can have drunk people on the podcast.
I may have been a little bit under the influence for a couple podcasts.
Ted, he says I look like that guy in Mortal Kombat with that hat.
Oh, what was his name? What was that character's name? Oh man, what the hell was that character's name? No, I need this. Hold on. I'm looking it up now.
Raiden?
It may have been Raiden. That was my first thought. Oh, I don't want Lunar New Year. Boom. Mortal Kombat characters.
Let's we're getting off the
Raiden.
rails now. Yeah.
Raiden. Yep, Raiden. Sorry, to figure it out. Anyway,
Now people want our Super Bowl picks.
Oh God.
I don't care. Part of me wants both teams to lose. Just because being a Giants fan, the San Francisco, whatever, but I can't root for Kansas City. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I can't root. I mean, I don't mind Mahomes, but I can't stand his wife. She's always looking for attention. She's a troll.
Sam, I'm gonna just that's on you, Sam. Yeah, I don't want either team to win.
Yep.
I really don't. I will say this. If the 49ers win, then intern Rob, who was at the game tonight, who provided us with all the live footage before the game for Game Day Live, will be thrilled if the 49ers win. So I would prefer the 49ers over the Chiefs. It would make intern Rob happy, who did a hell of a time, with the live video for us going into the game. So thank you to intern Rob. Too. Yes, well, because we taught him well as an intern when we would send him into sections at the Meadowlands to make fun of the other fan groups that we didn't like. It was like a 17-year-old high school kid. Go over there and yell at them.
or that time when we were up at Toronto and I had him pass out business cards and he gave them out to homeless people sleeping on the streets.
That's Rob. That's intern Rob. He will do whatever you need. Yeah. So for him, I hope the 49ers win. Plus, I would just like to see the Chiefs lose because, the NFL wants the Chiefs to win. 49ers are playing against the Chiefs, the league, and the referees tomorrow in the Super Bowl. Oh, and Taylor Swift. They have 4 opponents tomorrow. So, 49ers. Although I don't want to see any of them win.
Yeah. Programming note, we might have a Sunday podcast, but it's going to be earlier. We're not going to do it during the Super Bowl. That's stupid. We'll figure that one out.
No one will listen.
Yeah. We may not have a podcast. I don't know.
It'll be a game time decision tomorrow.
Yeah. Be like, hey, it's 1:00. You guys able to get on?
I say 2:00 sounds like a good time if we do it.
Yeah. Let's try to stick about 2 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
All right. So they want our picks.
I gave mine 49ers, I guess.
Yeah.
Since it can't be a situation where both teams lose, it's got to be the 49ers, I suppose.
I like Brock Purdy. I like his story. Kansas City. It's not that Kansas City wins a lot and all that kind of stuff. It's just always good to see that the little guy will get a chance to win, and he's earned it. I mean, I think San Francisco is going to win just overall. Their defense is great. Special teams is great. The offense, he's got a good command of it. So my bet's on San Francisco, and they're hungrier because I know Kansas City, they've been there, done that. But when you have a team that's never been in the Super Bowl before, they don't know any better.
They've been there, but the franchise has been there, but this particular team is not.
Well, that's what
they have nothing to lose. Yeah,
that's
they have.
You think on that
49ers?
Stupid? Oh my goodness!
Wow, I mean, do you really want me to answer that question, Sam? I've known you long enough.
Intern Rob is listening from Carolina. He goes, "Bang bang, Niner gang."
You would do that.
All right. I think we should get out of here. Saturday night.
I think so too.
Saturday night. Don't want to hold up people before they go out tonight.
SATURDAY night. Oh wait, that was what we used to do.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Tony used to do that.
Well, I'm just not going to go to the parking lot. Anyway.
Off the rails.
JoinOurCrew.com.
This is what happens when Scotty's not around. We go off the rails.
Yeah, I know. Whatever. Want to thank all those tuning in, dropping the podcast at midnight. Look out for a podcast tomorrow, Sunday edition.
Set your alerts.
Yeah, set your alerts. But JoinOurCrew.com. Oh, a week from now, we're going to be really tired after that game.
We're going to be cold.
Devils
We're going to be cold a week from right now.
Yeah.
Right now, we're going to be freezing.
Yeah.
It's going to be so worth it.
Till next time, let's go Devils.